episode 11 of Dan Da Dan Season 2, titled, Hey, It's a Kaiju, is one of the wildest and most action-packed installments of the show so far. The story continues from the cliffhanger of the last episode, where the mysterious golden orb known as the Kinta revealed its true form and unleashed a gigantic monster on the city. This was no ordinary creature. It turned out to be a full-blown space kaiju, towering over buildings and threatening to destroy everything in its path. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the entire cast of characters gets pulled into the chaos. What follows is a thrilling mix of comedy, emotional moments, and some jaw-dropping battles that keep fans glued to the screen. The episode kicks off with the kaiju making its presence felt in terrifying fashion. It isn't just a big monster stomping through the streets. It comes with electromagnetic pulses that knock out electricity across the city, creating a blackout that leaves everyone vulnerable. Okarun, Momo, and their new friend, the creepy stranger obsessed with Miss Iase, are caught right in the middle of the destruction. The kaiju looks unstoppable, and the gang quickly realizes this is something far beyond their usual paranormal fights. It's literally a cosmic-level threat. Meanwhile, Era finds herself reunited with Gigi, and together they look for Miss Iase, who is also pulled into the madness. Just when it looks like the stalker boy is going to meet his end under the kaiju's massive feet, he is saved in a team effort by Iase, Takakura, and Era. This sets the stage for Era to step up as a temporary leader in the fight, transforming into her acrobatic silky form. She takes charge with bold confidence and even tells Iase to call her leader. It's a funny yet empowering moment, showing how determined Era is to prove her worth in the middle of all this chaos. Era doesn't hold back as she launches herself at the kaiju with powerful acrobatics and flashy attacks. Unfortunately, the creature is much more than she bargained for. The kaiju counters with a deadly electrical breath that scorches everything in its way. At one point, Era even tries to ram it with a car, but the monster barely flinches. It soon becomes clear that her flashy moves aren't even leaving a scratch. When the kaiju grabs her in midair, things look grim. Luckily, Momo saves the day with one of the most creative rescue moves in the episode. She smashes the monster with a giant billboard, forcing it to release Era. But even with teamwork, the kaiju continues wreaking havoc across the city. It's not just big and powerful, it's smart. Okarun notices some odd patterns in the creature's abilities and begins theorizing. He wonders if the space kaiju might be a descendant of dinosaurs that somehow evolved in outer space. Its horns, glowing with strange energy, seem to channel cosmic power, allowing it to generate electricity and even turn invisible with optical camouflage. Takakura jumps in with his own observation, suggesting that the only way to defeat it is to find its true energy source. The group tries several strategies, but nothing seems to work. At one point, Era distracts the beast while Momo attacks, managing to bring it down momentarily, but it bounces back stronger and turns invisible again, ambushing Era with devastating force. The fight is brutal, and the characters are pushed to their limits. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the city, the stranger piggybacks on Gigi, accidentally triggering Gigi's transformation into his darker, more dangerous form known as Evil Eye. Okarun, running low on energy from his own desperate attempts to save Era, is carried back by Momo along with the injured Era to Seiko's rebuilt compound. This is where the episode shifts gears from chaotic battle to mind blowing sci-fi. Evil Eye shows up and demands to fight Okarun as part of their usual weekly fight deal. But Okarun reminds him it's not Tuesday. This hilarious exchange adds a moment of comic relief right in the middle of all the tension. Momo, however, starts wondering if there's a way to convince Evil Eye to fight alongside them against the Kaiju. Okarun quickly shoots the idea down, fearing that it would only unleash more danger. While they argue, Okarun notices something strange about the walls of Siko's house. When Momo touches them, the walls glow, and he realizes the house isn't just a house. It's made of alien nanoskin technology. Takakura explains that the nanoskin is built from ultra-high-density nanomachines capable of picking up human electrical signals and reshaping themselves based on imagination. It's basically a living building that can transform into anything its inhabitants picture. Takakura tries to visualize something larger and stronger than the Kaiju, hoping the house will turn into a weapon capable of saving them. Unfortunately, his attempt fails. That's when the creepy stranger finally introduces himself as Kinta Sakata. He proudly declares himself a sci-fi expert and steps up to try his hand. At first, it seems ridiculous, but as he visualizes something epic, the entire house begins to shift and transform. Suddenly, walls stretch and expand, gears twist into place, and the characters find themselves inside what looks like a giant mech cockpit. The transformation sequence is jaw-dropping and hilarious at the same time. The house evolves into a colossal robotic figure in the shape of a Buddha. Momo reveals that she actually thought of the Buddha, not Sakata, but it's Sakata who proudly names the robot Great Kinta Bodhisattva. The huge mechanical deity stands tall, glowing with power, while the characters are placed inside like they're part of a massive control system, similar to being inside a mech's weapon stations. It's a mix between Transformers and spiritual symbolism, creating one of the most unique and bizarre anime moments of the season. The episode ends with the Kaiju approaching, ready to destroy everything in its path, while the newly formed Great Kinta Bodhisattva stands ready for battle. The stage is set for an epic showdown of godlike proportions, giant monster versus giant robotic Buddha. Fans can't help but feel hyped for what's about to come, as the anime leans fully into its chaotic blend of humor, sci-fi weirdness, and heartfelt teamwork. What makes this episode stand out is how it balances pure chaos with character-driven moments. Era's attempt to prove herself as a leader, Okarun's scientific curiosity, Momo's quick thinking, and even Sakata's bizarre obsession with sci-fi all play important roles in moving the story forward. At the same time, the introduction of alien nanoskin and the transformation into Great Kinta Bodhisattva opens up a whole new layer of possibilities for the story's direction. It's not just about fighting monsters anymore. It's about imagination, belief, and the strange connection between humans and alien tech. By the time the credits roll, viewers are left with more questions than answers. Can the Great Kinta Bodhisattva actually take down the space Kaiju? Or is this just another temporary solution? Will Evil Eye eventually join the fight, or cause even more problems? And what's the real origin of this terrifying space Kaiju? All of these questions hang in the air, making the wait for the next episode even harder. Episode 11 delivers everything fans love about Dan Da Dan: high-stakes battles, bizarre humor, supernatural mysteries, and heartwarming teamwork. It pushes the limits of the show's creativity and makes sure that the Kaiju fight is unlike anything else in anime right now. With the fight against the space kaiju far from over, the anticipation for episode 12 is at an all-time high.